Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Micah just checking in for another natural bodybuilding video log following my contest prep. Pretty excited because we are 6 days out from stepping on stage on the 2015 Washington Emerald State Natural put on by the WNBF INBA. Definitely, very, very excited at this point just because it's been 26 weeks of contest prepping and definitely looking forward to not only just stepping on stage, but just being able to see the other competitors and athletes, the things that they've gone through. Because honestly, the journey, takes, it's different for everybody. And I just love the people that I'm associated with within the organization, within the Washington State area, and just being able to finally be able to step on stage in the new season. And so just some quick updates on where I'm at with this past week and really what this looks like for this upcoming week, peak week. So this past week, honestly, like, it was pretty difficult to make it through, just because, mentally, physically, drained, and you want to give it your best effort because it's the last week before you start dialing it back a little bit. You don't want to be sore on stage, so you're not overkilling it during the peak week, so to speak. So this past week I definitely have been pushing myself a lot harder, just making sure that I'm always progressing or trying to progress in each of my workouts, and being on a lower calorie or in a deficit for so long, you tend to overdo it. Really, it's so easy to overdo it just because you don't have sufficient amount of calories sometimes to support the amount of effort that you want to put in. And I know that sounds kind of funny, but to me, throughout this contest prep, I've kind of learned a big lesson of pushing your body and really what it takes to do it in the most safest and the safest way, and being able to understand that when I hit the wall, and the physical wall or the mental wall, when I break through that, there's always another wall that's going to stand in your way. And honestly, that's life. And being able to really push forward and understand that when you break through one of those walls, it makes you stronger to push forward and hit that next, that next challenge. And so that's what I've really learned, that I can really push my body, push my to another level if I'm willing to go through that experience, and through those different challenges, and really just push forward and keep focused. So that's what I've kind of learned, just kind of reflecting back this past week, and looking over the whole contest prep as a whole. I've been able to sustain my strength for the most part, my efforts in the gym. I will say though, everything else, like being able to stay focused throughout the course of the day, keeping on task, I'm able to get everything done. It's just like it's like I move in slow motion when I'm doing it. It's not like I'm at a high capacity. So it's going to be very interesting to come out of a contest prep, after this show, and really start gaining some momentum back of everything else in life and having that balance again. And so that's how this past week has gone. Nothing's really changed with my workouts, with my nutrition, my macros. Outside of my coach, instead of having a refeed or higher carb day on Saturday, this past Saturday, he moved it to Friday. Some very very collaborative approaches, because knowing where I stand after a high carb day. When do I look best throughout the course of the week? Is it 2 days after a refeed? Is it one day after? Like, at what point do I feel I look the best? So I think we've kind of dialed it in on where that looks like. And so that's why Friday seemed to be the higher carb day, and just being able to tolerate those type of carbs, utilize and become full, for myself. So I finally got, I got my peak week protocol from my coach yesterday. I'm super amped, because it's so detailed. I'm like, oh man, it's such a relief. I don't have to think about this, so to speak. And it's so great to have somebody that is so dialed in. It's not just this cookie cutter plan of attack. It's more so, how has my body responded to the approach that we've taken over the course of these 10 weeks of working together, and what's going to be the best for Micah to come in and just be as full as possible and have enough energy to go through prejudging the night show and just stay calm and collective. And having a plan for peak week is going to be amazing because I don't have to stress about it. I check in with him daily and we make adjustments if needed. It's always good to have a plan, but we got to be flexible and understand that if the body changes in a direction that we don't want it, we can pull back, we can adjust and move on. And I think that's one of the best things that I am definitely looking forward to this week, is just being able to see how my body responds to this type of protocol. And I'm super amped just because how it's laid out with the workouts, laid out with the nutrition, how it's broken down, and just understanding how my body can respond appropriately and come in at its best. I already know that I've beaten myself to the absolute, the absolute best I've ever looked in the past 4 years that I've competed in Washington. And I am super amped. I am probably one of the lightest that will be stepping on stage. I'm currently at 145, 146 pounds. I'm going to be competing in the under 165 class. And so, I may be this, the lightest dude on stage, but I know that my conditioning, the way that I have brought this time around, is a lot better, even better than what I brought last June when I thought I was pretty conditioned and shredded at 152, 153 pounds. And so now I'm just, this is the last hurrah. This is 6 days out, and knowing that this is the only show I'm doing for the next year and a half is pretty exciting, because I've put so much into this one showing that I can walk away, whatever happens on Saturday, and know that I've done everything possible to get there. There's nothing I would have changed. There is nothing that I could have done better. This is basically what I've been able to accomplish with being on point 26 weeks and going through these last 6 days. So pretty amped. And other than that, I would say that as I go through peak week, I may make some other videos, but I am for sure going to have some footage about the show. I want to take as many photos and videos as I can with my friends, with people that have supported me, get some stage time video, and hopefully I get my posing routine in there as well, because I plan to have some fun with it. I'm going to use the newest Ninja Turtle song from that movie that came out this past year. Super amped because I love the posing routine and being able to really connect with the audience and for the night show. So stay tuned for that. Outside of that, I am, just really appreciative of all the support, all the, the things that are going to happen after, this contest prep. The journey doesn't end after contest prep. It's all about being able to transition back into regular life and understanding how to do that appropriately for yourself and your goals. And so, know that for this upcoming week, I just got done with my last leg day session today, because I don't want to be sore. My coach doesn't want me to be sore on stage. He wants it to be fully recovered, feeling good. Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna be posing a ton this week and just making sure I'm on point, especially with the glutes, the hamstrings, the quads, and keeping those tight as I'm posing in each of those mandatories. And my last official day of working out or lifting any sort of weight would be Thursday. And this whole week is going to be more lightweight, just getting a pump, making sure that the blood continues to go to the muscle as I'm refeeding, as I'm getting more carbohydrates, and just making sure that I'm not just sitting around and doing nothing. So I'm pretty excited. The cardio isn't going to be bad. I actually did my last hard cardio, I would say, on Saturday. So, pretty amped about just really coming in and just having fun with it now. But other than that, if you have questions, comments, things that you're wanting me to discuss, definitely leave them in the comments box below. I will definitely, talk about those in my upcoming, or just respond to them appropriately on the thread. And other than that, have a great week, and see you guys soon. Bye-bye.